Hello, my darlings, and welcome to a new episode of After Dark Fairy Tales. I have a new story for you guys, and the title of this story is called Death Clock. This story was written by a very gifted author named FREDDEGRAN, and I'm very honored that Friedrich wants me to narrate his story. I've narrated a few of other stories from Friedrich, and one was actually a series called Keeper of the Necronomicon Part 1 and 2. And the other story I narrated by Friedrich was called The Knock Knock Game. So hopefully you guys can check out those other stories. They're on my channel, and they were in my early videos. The sound might be a little different because I was just starting, but the stories were great. But I'm going to narrate this new story from Friedrich called Death Clock. Friedrich's a very talented writer. This story, it's very gangster. Let me warn you, it's explicit. And hope you guys like it like I did. I posted the link to Friedrich's Reddit page where you can check out his other stories as well. And I hope you guys like this one. To all my new subscribers, I would like to say welcome to After Dark Fairy Tales. And I hope you guys are enjoying the content and the stories and my narration. So, are you ready to hear Friedrich's story? Well, here we go. Death Clock by Friedrich Grönström. I came home and found both my mother and father brutally murdered, hacked into pieces. I was, of course, shocked and surprised, but I should not have been. After all, today was 2020, November 24th, and the clock was 1930. I was looking at our old family heirloom, an old clock that showed year, month, day, and time, but not the current time. Oh no, the death clock showed you the exact moment of your death. I had never really believed in it, but my father had. It had the exact time of death of my grandfather and grandmother, both dead in a car crash. I had always suspected that my grandfather went insane with his obsession with the death clock and killed himself and my grandmother at the time it was predicted. But now the clock was 2 for 2. And there was no way in hell that my father had murdered both my mom and himself, and after that hacked them both to pieces. I walked over to the clock and pressed the button like my father had instructed me to all those years ago. All the pointers began spinning around quickly, and a strange song began to play. After a while, all the pointers stopped and indicated a date and time. The year, 2100, November 24th. The time, 1930. Whoa. Another 80 years from now. I was only 20 years old at the time. I would live to be 100. The world was my oyster. The year 2025. November 24th. I have been living large, gambling at casinos, doing tons of drugs, knowing I would never overdose and die like so many friends I have lost in these short years. I started playing Russian roulette. You know, 2 guys, 1 6-shooter revolver loaded with a single bullet. You take turns holding it against your own heads and pull the trigger to see which one of you will be the unlucky one to lose and shoot your own head off. Of course, it was never me. Mob bosses started to take an interest in how lucky I was. They wanted to learn how I cheated the system. But I could not teach them. I got a few punches in my face, and then I agreed to do some dirty work for them. This fit me like a hand in a glove. Armed bank robbery shootouts with other gangs. I even worked as a hitman a few times. The year 2030, November 24th. Another 70 years to live. I am working for the Renays, one of the 5 crime families of Italian mobsters in New York. We are settling the score with Don Mario Corleone, an opposing crime boss. I think he might have been behind the murder of my parents. We'd already killed his brother, Luigi. Me and Johnny were ducking behind cover, but as usual, I remembered I had no need to. I rushed out into the fire of shots, friendly and hostile both. None of them would graze me anyway. I emptied my 6-shooter Magnum revolver straight into the faces of 6 men. I was no great shot, never had been, but at point-blank range, it was impossible for me to miss. Well, for me anyway. Anyone trying to shoot me would somehow miss, have their weapon click like it was empty, or even explode in their hands. Johnny always told me I had the devil's luck. As far as I was concerned, he might just be right. Johnny and the boys came running after me. The Corleones shot down half of my guys with fire from Tommy guns, the famous machine gun used by old-school gangsters and bank robbers. Johnny walked to me covered in blood and guts and even some brain matter from his fallen friends. I just stood there, smoking a Cuban cigar, reloading my revolver, without a care in the world. Wow, you really do have the devil's luck, boy, Johnny told me. Yes, maybe. Me and the boys never understood how you could just rush into enemy fire like that. And look at you now, standing here with half our guys dead, without a care in the world, smoking like it is nothing to you. Some of the boys are saying you made a deal with a demon, Freckled Frankie told me. I had to watch myself and not let anybody learn about the death clock. Sometimes, when I was out partying with girls, I talked too much. When I was high and drunk, I had to kill a few just to make sure they didn't talk. It was nothing. Girls come and go in the Big Apple. But I could not let Johnny or Renee find out. Freckled Frankie sure as hell did not have the devil's luck. A ginger bastard with red hair and freckles always around his face. Born of a prostitute mother that had been found in the gutter. Frankie not even went to her funeral. He was beaten every day by his alcoholic stepdad and beaten up even more in school. If Frankie's luck kept up with him, I have nothing to worry about. He would be dead sooner or later and would have no chance to open his ugly mouth and yap about it. We butchered every last one of Corleone's men, lost most of ours, but I didn't give a fuck. Having the devil's luck makes one a bit narcissistic and nihilistic, I suppose. It was me, Johnny, Frankie, and Mario Corleone for the final showdown. Corleone took out a revolver and shot straight at my head. Somehow, it swerved and went into Frankie's left eye, instead instantly killing him. Takes care about that problem, I thought to myself. Mario wanted to try again, and this time, the revolver exploded in my hand. Me and Johnny spent the next few hours cutting off his body parts, fingers, toes, feet, legs, hands, and arms. We asked repeatedly, who killed my parents? Always the same answer, Renee. That fucking big-nosed motherfucker. I would fuck him up really good. I put Corleone out of his misery, bullet through the brain. The year 2031, November 24th. Spent on year investigating. Got to make sure before final confrontation. All the evidence pointed to him, Mr. Alfredo Renee, the big-nosed mobster, My boss was responsible for my parents' murders. It went just like last time. Johnny cut him up, and Renee admitted my parents owed him money, so he had a hitman sent for him. Johnny threw Renee out of the penthouse window on the top floor of a skyscraper. Not much was left of Renee after he hit the pavement. He now looked like the meat he liked to eat with his spaghetti. Nice work, I told Johnny, and I took over as the next crime boss. Sure, some guys did not like it and tried to kill me, but they had no success, and I let Johnny cut them up, burn them, hang them high, drown them, or whatever he could come up with. I only wished he did not kill Big Nose Renee so soon. I wanted to know the name of the hitman he had sent to kill my parents off. We paid the cops off like we always did for the murders. They never came looking for my boys. The next few years, a bloody gang war broke out in the city. Tons of shootings and explosions and murder, but I still had the devil's luck. The year 2040, November 24th. I was now ruler of the only crime family in New York. All opposition had been wiped out. I had another 60 years to live. Sometimes I wondered if I should use my power for good, like Superman, Spider-Man, or Batman. It was a funny and strange thought. I guess it was too late for that anyway. Johnny came into my office with a smile on his face. I found your parents' killer. Really? Who was it? Me, of course, you dumb fuck. He punched my face with brass knuckles, crushing my nose. I pulled up my revolver and tried to shoot him in the face, but it exploded in my hand, leaving me with no fingers. I used your stupid clock at your parents' house. You can't kill me. Oh no, this was not good. I must have talked too much, again. And now he knew. Well, maybe I can't kill you, but you can't kill me either. I punched him with my left fist. Oh, believe me, I don't intend to. He broke my left arm, then cut my tongue out. Chopped off my tongue, dick and balls, ears, nose, legs, arms, and cut out my eyes. I was now limbless, blind, and almost deaf. He threw me out of the window. The year 2041, November 24th. Johnny is visiting the hospital as he does every day. He pays to keep me alive. The nurses and doctors want to pull my plug, but unfortunately, I know they never will. I got 59 years left after all. The doctors and nurses think I'm just a vegetable, but I am aware somehow Johnny seems to know this. He comes here every day to tell me about the women he had sex with. He wished he could show me, but sadly I am blind. He tells me about my old friends and how he has found them and murdered them. About old girlfriends, how he fucked them and raped them, beaten them, killed them, and I can do nothing about it. Sometimes he plays recordings so I can hear them scream. He tells me he will live for another 60 years. He knows I have 59 years, so he can come here every day for the rest of my so-called life to torment me. 59 years. He laughs at how stupid I was. The clock just shows you that you cannot die, but you can get hurt. I wish I could scream, but I have no tongue, no voice, and I'm going to be like this for another 59 years. So, did you guys like that one? Was it dark or what? My God. Whew, that is rough. It's like The Godfather, but much more gritty. Oh, you guys tell me what you thought about it. I liked it. And it was explicit. So, can't let your babies listen to this one. My God. But I give all the credit to FREDDEGRAN for letting me read his gritty, dark gangster tale. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys, most importantly, enjoyed my narration. I know I ain't the best narrator out there, but try to bring these author stories to life with my voice. In a way, I kind of hope I don't sound like an egotistical, but see myself kind of like a Rod Serling. The stories I'm presenting is like Twilight Zone episodes to you guys, so hope you like them. Or Rod Serling or Jordan Peele, whichever you think is the best Twilight Zone host. But anyway, hope you guys like Friedrich's story. Like I said, you can check out his other stories. And I posted the link to his Reddit page where you can check out the rest of his work as well. And, I hope you guys didn't hear that one. That was my alarm that shows the weather. You guys probably heard that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed Friedrich's story. And I'll be back next time with another After Dark fairy tales for you guys. And I give all the credit to Friedrich. Please check out his Reddit page and his other stories as well. And so, I will meet up with you guys again. And until next time, good night, my darlings.